Nutrition News with Sandra, your RDN, where every week I have the pleasure of dishing out your weekly dose of nutrition and wellness news for your mind and your body and your soul. And I hope that everyone has had a wonderful weekend. I hope that your day is going well. And thank you for tuning in live. I appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to tune in live with me. For those who do it every single week, I'm so thankful and so grateful. I love doing this and love having this platform and having the ability to reach you and many others. And for those who take time to listen to the replay, I thank you for taking time out and pausing for just a few minutes to get a little bit of news and information that will help to move not just you, but also your family as well. And so we are continuing on our series, Mindful Eating and Weight Loss, and how to develop that mindset to lose weight. And this is a special mini training where you'll learn about mindful eating and specific strategies that will help you to avoid overeating out of stress, anxiety, boredom, and ultimately we want to avoid that unwanted weight gain. Okay. And so continuing our talk on mindset and how it affects and impacts our weight loss efforts. And so today we're talking specifically about how to dig yourself out of the pit of gaining and losing weight. 7 keys to crush that all or nothing thinking. Okay. We all have that type of thinking at one point or another. We like, oh, I'm all in. I gotta have that mindset of being all in. And then you feel like if you are not all in, or if you make a mistake, then something is wrong or something is not going the way that it should go. And so, and so here we go. Let's jump right on in. So when you start a plan to lose weight, to eat healthier, do you feel like you are all in or all out? Okay. Or that there is no middle ground. Okay. And I talk to a lot of people in this situation where there's just no middle ground. And if so, you have fallen into that trap of all or nothing thinking. And this is the single biggest roadblock in your way is mindset. Okay. And so, but what if you can change that? Imagine if you're eating healthier and your weight loss goals weren't dependent on your job, your life, or more importantly, you being perfect. That's what we are going to talk about today. And so I'm going to give you a step by step strategy to challenge and to change your thoughts, your beliefs, and your attitudes. And in fact, these are the exact same steps that I use to challenge myself and my own thoughts and to escape that self sabotaging grip of that all or nothing thinking. And so today I'm going to give 7 steps on and 7 keys to crushing that all or nothing mindset, resulting in successful and sustainable weight loss, increased energy, and optimal health. And this stuff is what diets don't tell you. Okay, this is what they don't talk about. And so, a quick introduction for those who do not know me. I'm Sandra Goldtree. I'm a registered dietitian, licensed nutritionist, and I'm also your accountability partner. And pulling from a variety of leading edge weight loss and lifestyle strategies, I help adults to integrate healthier eating habits into their daily lifestyle. And the goal is to build a lifestyle of habits that will last. Okay, that is not temporary. We're not looking for band-aids. Okay, and so it's all about creating a lifestyle of self-care in 2022, piggybacking off of my motto in 2022 for um, breaking those food strongholds, okay? And creating a lifestyle of self-care is for 2023. If I made a mistake, it said 2022. And so stay with me to the end for those who really want to take a deeper dive and to discover your personalized keys to losing weight. And by now, I am sure many of you have seen the promos, you have heard the buzz about my Back on Track, my complimentary 60-minute session where we are going to work together to discover the keys for your weight loss success, valued at 125, completely waived, okay? And this is the last week that you have your opportunity to put your name in the hat. And I'm going to put the banner up here so you'll know exactly where to go. It is actionchoices.com/back on track, okay? I'm going to give more information about this later in this talk. And but if you're curious, you need to take a peek, you got to leave early, definitely take a peek at that. Okay. All right. So let's jump right on in. So I would like to assess my listeners today. Okay. And so you all know that I'm all about interaction. So make comments, ask questions, do not hesitate. Okay. I'm here to respond. I'm here to help. So Where do you stand? Okay, when you start a new plan to lose weight or you just simply want to eat healthier, do you feel like you're either all in or all out, that there is no middle ground? So put in either all in slash all out, some middle ground, or maybe something else you experience on a regular basis when you are trying to start a new method of eating healthier, or trying to, for whatever reason, whether it's for weight loss or whether it's for just generalized health. Okay, so where do you typically stand? Okay, alrighty, and so I will wait for those comments to go through, and then we're going to jump right on in. So, what exactly is all or nothing thinking? So, let's talk about what that is. Okay, and this is when you see things in absolutes. Okay, you're either all in, it's either all or nothing. It's either right or wrong. It's either on or off. There is no in between. There's no shades of gray. And that is where we kind of start that process of setting ourselves up for failure versus success, and we don't realize it. Okay. And so, moving on, let's talk about how do we spot the all or nothing thinking? Like, what are some of those signs? And so, the first key is to crushing the all or nothing thinking is to learn how to spot it. Okay. How do you identify that type of thinking? And before you can change self sabotaging thoughts, you must learn how to spot them. Okay. So whether you're talking to others or whether you're talking to yourself, pay attention to keywords like all, never, impossible, perfect, ruined. Okay, so think about some of those trigger words. Okay, and so I'm going to use them in an example so you can kind of help zone this in a little bit and make it a little bit more personal for you. So I eat great during the day, but always binge at night. Okay, hear the word always. I never make it more than 3 weeks on a diet before it comes to a crashing halt, or I just can't take it anymore. So keyword never. Now is not a good time. I have too much happening. I'm waiting for the perfect time to start, or waiting for the ability to where you can commit fully, right? So, waiting for that perfect time. Or I just downed a row of Oreos. Well, I guess my diet is ruined. So, what do you think? It's impossible to keep going on this diet now, and I'll start over when I can give it my full attention. Okay, so that is a very common one. I want to give it my full attention. I want to be able to make sure I'm all in. So think about those stuff. Think about that all or nothing type mindset versus getting started. You have to take those baby steps. And so catching yourself using all or nothing keywords takes practice, but first you got to identify and know where it is. Okay. All right, and so again, chime in, make comments if this is resonating with you, if this is you, chime in. Number two, okay, so our second key to crushing that all or nothing thinking is describe the situation. So let's describe the situation. So in this step, we'll briefly describe a situation or circumstance that led you to your thoughts that we identified in the first step. Okay, so what happened that led you to saying, oh, this is impossible for me to do. Oh, I ruined it. Oh, I got to wait for the perfect time. What is going on? Okay, so triggers like pressure at work or school. You are working on a project and you're behind, you're trying to get it done. You woke up late. You had an argument at home, kids, finances. Maybe you're healing from an injury and you feel like you got to wait until, even though you've been cleared, to do some things, you want to wait until you're done with the recovery process to begin eating healthier. Okay, so think about things like that. All right, and so post if you have ever said these words before, yes or no, if you have ever said these words. But I always binge at night. I never make it more than X weeks, waiting for the perfect time to start. I guess my diet is ruined because I did this, or it's impossible for me to keep going on now. So let me just blow it, and I'll start over when I can give it my full attention. So if you've ever said anything like that, which that's probably about 95% of us, then post, okay? And this is a good thing because this is part of that process of identifying, identifying that all or nothing mindset so that we can stop it in its tracks so that it's no longer a hindrance for us, okay? So number three, that in crushing that all or nothing thinking is to capture the stories that you tell yourself, okay? So think about what you're saying. A lot of this is justifying our decisions. So in this step, you're going to capture the thoughts that you had immediately after the triggering event. So this thought is likely subconscious or it's automatic, meaning you just do it, you don't even know you do it. So for example, this always happens. That's your triggering thought. That's why I never been able to stick to a diet. So that's your kind of the effect of that thought. Okay. Notice how the all or nothing words never is in that second thought. Okay. That's why I never can stick to a diet because XYZ always happens when I try to start. Another example is I down these Oreos. Well, I guess my diet is ruined. So because you did X, which is you ate too much of X, then this is why my diet is ruined. And so therefore, that leads to the effect of, well, it's impossible to keep going now on this diet. So I'll just start over again when I can give it my full attention. So that's the effects of you down the Oreos led to the thought of, well, I've messed up. So let me just stop because it's impossible to keep going. Okay. So as you see, it just continues to domino. So it's almost like we're trying to justify, and we're human and this is what we do. So this is why we're talking about it. So we can identify it and recognize that it's just the enemy. It's just the enemy trying to stop us from doing what we really need to do. Okay. Or what we want to do in our heart of hearts. Pinpoint the emotions. So in this step, describe the feelings or emotions that you have. So we're going to describe your feelings or emotions. Okay. So what do I mean by that? You're feeling overwhelmed. Maybe you're feeling overwhelmed. So this can amount from maybe having too much work, having too many responsibilities. You're feeling frustrated. Okay. So maybe this diet is turning to be just another failed attempt. You've done this over and over and over and over again, and now it's just another failed attempt. Feeling angry. So maybe you're feeling angry at yourself. You're disappointed in yourself because you can't manage to conquer the discipline in order to keep going. You've got everything else in your life going well, but this thing with nutrition and health and making yourself a priority is a struggle. So you're feeling angry with yourself. Feelings of despair. So this is always, something always seems to get in the way, and maybe you feel a sense of relief. Oh, okay, this is up, this is going on, that's going on. I need to wait until some of this stuff is off my plate and then I can start. Okay, so maybe it's just a sense of a way to get some relief because you're disappointed and angry. And then the feelings of relief. Maybe you're feeling relief. Maybe you finally come up for air. You avoid the discomfort of change. And I point this out because I have felt the same way, the same relief from calling it quits. Okay. So sometimes we just want to take it off our plate. It's the easy thing to take off our plate because it seems so hard and it seems so daunting. And this is where support comes in so that you're not struggling. And we want to work smart, not hard. So that concept there. All right, so just resonate on that and think about that. A lot of this is definitely a note-taking type training because everybody's at different points, and you got to really determine and take an honest look and say, well, where are you at in this process? So the fifth key to crushing that all or nothing thinking is to describe the results of your thoughts and emotions. So describe it. So let's pause and recap our scenario in case you have chimed in a little late. And remember, please post comments, please post questions as we're going through this, okay? Because I don't want you to overthink it. I want you to just, as it resonates, as it hits, post on it, okay? So a recap of our scenario. You finished 2 solid weeks on this diet. Everything was amazing. You were handed 2 new projects at work or just something just overwhelming that's already being added to your already overfilled plate. And then you had time to focus on your health and wellness, but now this unexpected thing has been dropped on you. And your thought was, it is impossible for you to continue doing this because now you got all this stuff going on and you want to wait until this temporary season is over with before you start back. Okay. So very, very, very classic scenario. Okay. So you just plug in and plug and play what your scenarios are. And so I'll start again when I have time to give it my full attention because you feel like it's impossible to keep going. Let me put my health, the priorities, eating. Let's put that on pause for a minute. And that thought triggered your feelings because you were overwhelmed. You were frustrated. You were angry, along with you were feeling a sense of despair because now I got a little bit of sour relief because I got something off my plate. And so therefore, I can get through this. But guess what's suffering? Guess what the consequences are for doing that? Your health, your wellness, your peace of mind, etc. So we don't want to have to choose one or the other. Let's figure out how we can marry the two. And so now, when you're looking at the action you took as a result of those thoughts and emotions, it's easy to see what will happen next. You're going to quit the diet. You're going to stop trying to eat healthy. You're just going to go back to what you used to doing and then just put it on pause until a better time. If there's a such thing, I beg to differ that there is a better time because there's always something in our lives that's going on. And so now you see how the actions that we take are a result of our thoughts and our emotions. And then the question becomes, how do we change this? How do we turn this around? Because believe you me, it's a vicious cycle. You don't even know you're doing it. It's just because it seems so normal, it's so justifiable that you don't even know that you do it. Okay. So let's talk about how do we even change these thoughts? Okay, again, post comments, post questions. If this resonates with you, if you're going down, if I'm going down your street, trust me, I've been down there too. We've all been down there. And so, which emotion best describes how you feel in this vicious, common roller coaster? Okay, overwhelmed, frustrated, angry, despair, or maybe something else. Some people feel embarrassed. Some people are not happy. So what are some of those feelings that you feel? Because trust me, you're going through this vicious cycle, maybe a different scenario, but the process and the end result is still the same. All right. All right. And so we're going to take a pause for a moment before getting into the last two keys on how to change your thoughts and to end this vicious cycle. So it's not affecting your health, your sleep, your how you feel about yourself, your weight, etc. We don't want it to impact all that stuff. We want to keep that stuff separate. And so remember the time limited special announcement that I spoke about where we can take a deeper dive with me. Summer is coming. Summer is around the corner. June is like soon. So the question is, are you ready to put on your shorts, your tank tops, all your swim gear? And this is what I'm hearing from many of my clients. People are not comfortable in their clothes. They're not happy with how they look. And they're definitely not comfortable in putting on a bathing suit. So if that is what you feel, then here is your chance to get ready. Here's your chance to focus. And this is your chance to get to focus on what is on your side of the street, okay? Which is the things that you control. So I did a live on that last week. So check that out if you want to understand more about what you can actually control in order to move you forward. And so I invite you to a one-on-one conversation with me. Very fun, very light conversation where we'll take a deeper dive in defining precisely what exactly is on your side of the street and what you can do to move forward into reaching your goals for weight loss, health, and life. I'm looking for 12 people who are highly committed. I still have some slots left, and I'm offering at no cost a 60-minute back on track session, complimentary, where we are going to discover your personalized keys to weight loss success. Okay, so normally it's valued at $125, completely waived, and I'm excited to have the opportunity to do that this time of the year. And what we're going to do in this session is we're going to create a very crystal clear vision of your nutrition weight loss path that is for you. We're going to uncover any hidden obstacles, unconscious patterns that may be hindering your success with building healthy eating habits, losing weight, and more importantly, keeping it off. What good is it to lose it if you're going to gain it back? Okay. And this session is really about giving you next steps that I actually like for you to do the next day. Okay. So in that way, you're feeling motivated and will help move you closer to reaching your goals. Okay. All you have to do is click the link. And I'm going to put the link in here. Again, it's actionchoices.com/back on track. You click the link, grab a spot on my calendar, fill out the short form and submit it. That's all you need to do. I'm going to review the applications and pick those lucky 12. Okay. So exciting times for this time of the year. It's never too late. You don't have to start on a Monday. You don't have to start at the beginning of the month. You don't have to start at the beginning of the year. You start immediately, okay, no matter what is going on, because that is what's going to help. That's how we make lifestyle changes, when we are actually trying to make the change while we're going through life, okay? Something's always going on, okay? And I'm going to offer these sessions to individuals who are extremely committed to achieving their goals, weight loss goals, health goals, and people who are willing to do what it takes to have success, okay? And that means losing that all or nothing mindset. We're not built that way, okay? We're never all in with anything. We are human. The goal is to keep moving forward. And the more you move forward and the more you have that practice in moving forward, then the more you're going to do than not do, if that makes sense. So my best advice is to apply. Don't wait. These sessions are going quickly, and don't miss in. And you'll feel disappointed if you do miss out. And if you feel like you don't win anything, still apply. You never know. I'm that person too. You never know. And if I do get to that lucky 12 and you don't get chosen, then you are going to have first priority the next time I do this. So it's a win-win situation all the way around. All right. So definitely put your name in the hat. So now let's take this thing on home to number 6 and how to crush that all or nothing thinking. And we're going to challenge those initial thoughts. We're going to challenge those initial thoughts. Okay. So I'm going to give you 3 examples on how you do that. So you're going to ask questions like, is this thought a true statement? Okay. Did you really ruin your diet? Do you really like not have time? Is it so that's the first question. Is the statement really true that you're making about yourself? Is it really impossible to stick to your diet? Okay. Is there anyone in a position like me that has been able to keep eating healthier and lose weight going on when life gets in the way? Okay. Is there anyone, who has been able to successfully do that? Now, we're not saying perfection. We're just saying you're doing something. It's still in your mindset. You haven't just said, okay, I'm going to put this on pause. Okay. So by asking the right questions, you will start to see your actions, results are based on skewed rationale. One that feels right in the moment, but not necessarily true in the long run. Absolutely, you can stick to your diet. Okay. Now, what degree is that of that sticking to is something different, but you can stick to it. So let's be really honest, realizing that your initial thoughts aren't true, and always enough reason to change them. And there's always enough reason to change them. Okay. So why? The short answer is because that's an easy way out. Okay. When we say, oh, I'm going to let it go. Oh, it's not the right time. Oh, I have too much going on. But this is your health. This is your temple. God only gave us one. And we only have one shot at this thing. And so, yes, we can't always push everything else to the side, but we need to find a way to marry the two. And then when you find a way, when you make it a priority to marry the two, your health, your priority, as well as what is going on in your life, trust me, the things that need to fall off that are not priority, but they're just nice things to do, will fall off, or they'll get delayed. Okay. All right. Because you got to make sure you're focusing on the matters that matter in that moment. Otherwise, it will lead to overwhelm. All right. So our final key to crushing the all or nothing mindset is to choose a new thought. Choose a new thought to crush the all or nothing thinking. Okay. So the goal of this step is to find a replacement thought that is positive. Okay. One that helps you to create the emotions that drives you closer to your goal, not take you further away, drives you closer to your goal. So you want to build a healthier relationship with food and stay consistent with that on a regular basis. Okay. Not perfection, consistency, staying in the game. Okay. And thoughts like the goal is progress, not perfection. Okay. If I fail, at least I'm failing forward. It's a teachable moment. You're not going to give up. You're going to do what you can to keep moving forward the next time, because guess what? There's always a next time. You're going to do things differently. You're going to do things a little better each time. Mistakes are proof of progress. Always remember that. Mistakes are proof of progress. If you're not doing anything, you can't grow. Okay? Okay, just like with muscle, just like with exercising, you got to push your muscles. You got to feel a little bit of pain, not torture, but a little bit of pain in order to build that muscle and push yourself to the next level. All right. So hopefully that gets the seed planted and get you started. So if you need help shifting to positive thoughts during the storms of life, and just to believe in yourself and to believe that you can do it, just, not just help, but accountability. Okay. Type in there that you need help. I needed help. I needed help to lose weight. It took me 3 years. I couldn't lose 20 pounds. I did it in 3 months when I had help from a dietitian. So getting help, that's why God created the different specialties and disciplines to help people. Okay, because we all can't do everything. We can't be a jack of all trades. Okay, so the takeaway message, thought provoking question. Here's a thought provoking question. What are you, and you can substitute your name, what are your self sabotaging thoughts that hinder you from consistently eating healthier? I'll make it a step further, making yourself a priority to do the things that you need to reach the goals that you want to reach for your health and your wellness. So, what are your self sabotaging thoughts that hinder you from consistently eating healthier? I didn't say perfection. I didn't say you couldn't have a cookie or you couldn't have cake. What are your self sabotaging thoughts that hinder you from moving forward to your weight loss goals? Okay. What are those self sabotaging thoughts that are hindering you from moving forward towards your weight loss goals? Is that constantly dieting? Is that not eating? Is that skipping meals? What is it for you? Okay. Or saying that you are eating healthy, but maybe you're not. Okay. So, some of my self sabotaging thoughts, being fully transparent, feelings of overwhelm, that I will not get everything done and I won't get everything that I need to do that's required of me. Fear that the things that I work so hard on will not lead to success. And so those are some self-sabotaging thoughts that I have that can lead me to stress eat and things like that, or anything else that's not productive. So I must work to keep a positive mindset often, okay? Many times, honest, I just have to call on to Jesus because sometimes the overwhelm is so much and in so many directions that that's just what I have to do. So are you trapped in this vicious cycle of that all or nothing thinking? Okay, you owe it to yourself to get on the right track. Remember, I'm looking for 12 people who are committed to their weight loss success, to their health, I just want to feel better. I just want to know the right things that are going to work for me. Okay. And again, in this session, we're going to create a vision of a weight loss and nutrition plan for you. We're going to uncover any of those self sabotaging thoughts that you have that's hindering your success. And the goal is to leave the session motivated, inspired. Yes, I can do this, with tangible next steps that you can implement the next day. So go to actionchoices.com with an S, actionchoices with an S.com /back on track. Grab your spot on my calendar, fill out the short form, easy as that, and you will get contacted if you are chosen. All right, so check it out. And again, don't wait, don't hesitate. The slots are going quickly. This is the last week. We're going to have this open. So take full advantage. It's just a conversation. And trust me, you will definitely leave the call more informed than and more motivated and more confident than when we started. Okay, so this concludes what I have for your weekly dose of your nutrition and wellness news for your mind and your body and your soul. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Sandra, your RDN, and all of this is about allowing you to step into your highest level of health, and that's what it's all about. And so next week, I'm going to air it up close and personal. So I'm excited about that. And so tune in and I will see you soon. Be blessed. And again, post any comments, any questions that you have. All right. Have a blessed rest of your day. Bye-bye.